Good day, folks, and welcome to our presentation, Feast Day. But before that, I have a good question for you. Do you believe in magic? Well, if you believe in magic, stay tuned to our presentation this day because we will be having the lesson titled The Influence of Philippine Folklore and Mythology on Philippine Literature in English. So let's start. Let's have first settle down on the key terms of our presentation this day. We have Philippine mythology. Philippine mythology is a rich and diverse with a wide array of deities, spirits, and mythological creatures that vary across countries, numerous ethnic groups, and islands. These myths are often passed down through oral tradition and reflects the beliefs, cultures, and natural environment of the Filipino people. Here we have an example of the Philippine mythology gods and goddesses. We have first Bathala, the supreme god of Tagalog mythology. Second in line we have Tala, the Tagalog goddess of star. And we have here Lalahon, a Visayan goddess of harvest and guardians of volcanoes. Fourth of it is we have Dian Masalanta, the goddess of love, childbirth. Next in line we have Philippine folklore. Philippine folklore is a rich blend of myths, legends, and superstitions, featuring creatures like the aswang or the vampire. We have Tikbalang, the horse-headed trickster, and Capri or the tree giant. Heroes such as Lamang and si Malakas at si Maganda embodies bravery, while Anitos or the spirits and Encantos or the natural deities play key roles. Rooted in animism, these stories explain natural events and teach moral lessons, reflecting respect for the ancestors and supernaturals. Now let's have famous Filipino writers in their English language works. Let's start on Nick Joaquin. So this is Nick Joaquin. Nick Joaquin is the Philippines' most celebrated writers, made significant contribution to Philippine mythology and folklore. Through his literary works, his stories often explored the intersection of Philippine history, the culture, and the supernatural, incorporating traditional folks and folk beliefs. We have Joaquin's exploration of ancestral spirits and supernatural beliefs. In his works, Joaquin's works in The Witch and May Day Eve, he explores the presence of spirits, ancestral reverence, and supernatural world, which are central to Filipino folklore. He portrays how characters interact with the unseen, often facing moral dilemmas or confronting ghosts from the past. We have Whitney Cookins also fusing history with myth. One of the example of his work is The Portrait of the Artist of Filipino. Joaquin connects Filipino identity with mythical themes. Through characters who struggles with traditions and modernity, he examines the role of cultural myths in shaping personal and national identity. We have also incorporation of mythological elements. We have Joaquin's often use elements of Philippine folklore to deepen his narratives. For example, in his famous short story, The Legend of the Dying City, Joaquin weaves a tale that incorporates local myths, illustrating how folklore reflects the fears and desires of the people. Next of our author is Edgar Calabia Samar. Edgar is a contemporary Filipino writer, has made significant contribution to Philippine mythology and folklore through his works, especially in the ways he interprets traditional tales and integrates them into modern storytelling. His writings often explores themes of identity, culture, and the supernatural while weaving into the Filipino myths and folk beliefs. Calabiasamar it has many themes, like revitalizing folk themes and myths. In his collection of short story Kwento ng Pagkain, Pag-ibig at Pagkawasa, he revisits elements of Filipino mythology, blending them with contemporary concerns. Samar portrays mythical creatures, spirits, and deities, giving them new meaning in the modern context while preserving their cultural significance. We have Samar's also reinterpreting Filipino folklore for contemporary readers. Through his writing, Samar brings Filipino mythology into a modern framework. He makes use of traditional folklore to discuss contemporary issues such as family dynamics, identity, and societal change. For example, in his work, Ang Buntot ni Lolo, Summer explores themes of loss and heritage through the lens of Filipino folklore, showing how these myths still resonate today. Last of our author who explores folklore and mythology in the context of English and Philippines is Thomas de los Reyes. Tomas Los Reyes, a Filipino writer, is known for his contribution to Philippine literature, particularly in the realm of folklore and mythology. Although not as widely recognized as some other authors, his works play an important role in preserving and reimagining the Filipino myths and legends. So in his works, ang Alamat ng Kwento ng Bayan, a collection of stories based on Filipino legends and myths, this work reinterprets traditional folklore in a contemporary context, making it accessible to modern readers while preserving the culture richness of the story. Next, we have Pagsilang ng Bagong Buwan, a work that combines elements of mythology and reality. De los Reyes explores how ancient beliefs and mythological beings influence the lives of modern people. The book illustrates how myths persist in contemporary culture and affect the ways of people live. So those are the three major authors in Philippine literature. We have Nick Joaquins, we have Calabia Samar, and Tomas de los Reyes. In conclusion for today's presentation, Philippine folklore continues to inspire writers and artists bridging the past with the present. These stories are not just relics, they are living narratives that shape our understanding of identity and culture. There you have it. Thank you for listening for our presentation entitled The Influence of Philippine Mythology and Folklore in Philippine Context and in English. Thank you so much for watching. This is me, John Marca Bagman. Thank you so much.